Oh, now I already know what time it is. Say, check me out, man. Before I get started, I already know what to do. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share this content. So let's get to it. Growing up, I was a little shot, right? I ain't had no game about myself. Now, when I say game about myself, I mean as far as doing certain things that you picked up from other people that you seen, right? Like your uncles or your daddy. They gonna give you game. How to survive in this world. Just a little bit of tricks of trades, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have that, at least yet. So going in middle school, after I done got my ass beat up, and then I overcame all that by fighting back, I learned a little bit something about myself. I was a people's person. A lot of people like to fuck with me. Whether you wanted to fuck with me on that type of level, or you wanted to befriend me, whatever the case may have been, I was a people's person, without me even knowing it, right? So my 8th grade year, going into high school, I started doing a lot of sexual activities. Started having sex. And once I started having sex, the sky was the limit. You feel me? By the time I got to, matter of fact, no, it was in middle school. Okay? Everything started to change when I ran track. Now it's this female that I kicked it with all the time. She was a black girl. I've been knowing her since elementary. Okay? I knew her little brother. He had went to the school with us, but he was like grades under us, right? So me and her been knowing each other for a long time. And at this point in time, I never looked at her like I wanted to smash. She had a nice body on her, real slim. She was slim thick, but her face didn't match the body. Or at least her teeth didn't match the body. So off the rip, I was just like, nah, like this shit over with, you feel me? Like me and her was cool. When I started running track, she came to every track meet to support the team. One day, as time started to go on in track, a lot of people looked at me like I was a grown man. And I took that and I embraced it. First time I ran against anybody, it was like, bro, why y'all got us running against this grown ass man? And I ran like one too. I didn't know I was good at track. A lot of people probably don't know that you might be good at track, but I'm gonna tell you right now, track fun. Okay? Once you get over the whole, I gotta run the whole time. It's fun. Plus, we was out there in tights. And well, the shorts, and we kept tights underneath, so if you want to get a little stiff, it ain't poking out, but you could put it on them, and best believe they gonna feel that. You feel me? So one day I'm going down to the concessions. Now if you didn't have an event, you can go to the concession stand. Coaching no one tripping off none of that. Long as you was back stretching 15 minutes before your event, cool. One day I go down, and for those of y'all who be listening to my stories, y'all know I'm a big Skittle guy. I like Skittles, Snickers, Honey Buns, cold drink. You know what I'm saying? So one day I'm going down there to get me some Skittles. Now the Skittles, I used to use them like Marshawn Lynch used to use them in the NFL. Power pellets. Anytime I ate Skittles, I just constantly eat the Skittles, and it just gave me an extra boost of energy. So I'm going down here to get these Skittles, right? As I'm going down there, I see my homegirl. I'm like, man, what's up? She like, oh, nothing, chilling. We just talking, conversating, right? And as all this going on, I left, right? Now, she had a whole bunch of females around her that she was talking to. She come back to me. Hey, Key, some of them girls is feeling you back there. Who? You know me. Now you got me interested. Who interested in old Key? Right? She was like, my homegirl, well, she want to get your number. Show me her first. Let me see exactly what I was big on what you looked like, right? Like, I wasn't finna just be like, hey, give my number. Then that thing I know, she a butterface. Nah, it didn't work like that. Show me what she looked like. All right, come back to the concession stand with me. Bet. So it must have been planned that she was gonna tell old girl her talk, and she told her girl, whenever me and him talk, and I tell him come back to the concession stand, you come back down there. Now y'all already know the game. When you in middle school, you still kind of innocent, but you not. So when we going down there, she walking down there too, right? Now I seen her before she even pointed her out, and in my mind I was like, ooh, I hope she talking about her, because she was a baddie. She got her head down, acting like she don't know the play. Such and such, this key, this such, woo. I'm like, oh, what's happening with you? Woo. She like, oh, yeah, well, I seen you out there running everything. You got a little beard and shit. Like a grown man. I was like, shit, I am a grown man. You feel me? Like, just like that. My confidence was through the roof at this point in time. I'm starting to become into my prime. You feel me? Like, I know it. I know it. So we exchanged numbers. Oh, girl didn't run track. So she already had her phone on her. Bet. Boom, get the number, cash it in. Time started to go on, and I got to thinking, that was too easy. That was way too damn easy. I didn't even have to do nothing. That's crazy. So I talked to old girl during the summer. She ended up going to my school. I mean, I kept her around for a little bit. I couldn't smash her none, right? We didn't have no car, so I did it there. When we get to high school, I immediately go to my homegirl. Say, you know, what we had did in middle school, that was too easy. She looked at me, she was like, what you mean? I'm like, man, I mean, like, your homegirl wanted me, you just, you know what I'm saying, gave me face card, and I was in the door, right? She's like, yeah. I'm like, look, I got a proposition for you. Oh, Lord. What we got going now? Nah, it ain't like that. Look, but it is like that. All right, so look, this the proposition. I play football, right? I be seeing you eyeing the football players. I know all of them. You want one? She was like, hell yeah. Well, look, we just not got to high school. I be seeing you talk to some of these females, 10th graders, 11th graders. I'm trying to get in the door. So what's the proposition? Look, I'ma send dudes your way, and you send females my way. Is that a bet? That's a bet. Bet. So, in the beginning, my 9th grade year, we had the plan set, but we did not move on the plan until my 10th grade year. Because at this point in time, my little dumb butt ended up going right back with the girl that I got cheated on in 8th grade. So one day I'm cooling, right? It was another female, real caramel chick, real thick, nice, real nice. Her and her homegirl walk up to me one day, right? Now, this is why I was with the girl who had cheated on me. And sometimes I think back on life and I be like, what was you thinking? Like honestly, like, what was you thinking? Her homegirl walk up to me and was like, hey, my homegirl want to talk to you. I'm like, who? She was like, her. Boom. I'm looking at her. I'm like, ooh, she nice. I'm like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I got a girlfriend. Really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I ain't even gonna do it like that. She was like, all right. I'm like, all right. A little bit after that, that's when Butterface, old girl, the white girl, ended up telling me about my little yeah, about her cheating on me, right? At that point in time, I was feeling hella played, you know? So when we broke it off, I started messing with the white girl. She wanted to get attached as if me and her together. But in all honesty, you was just a throat goat. Like, so, no, we can't be together. And you a Butterface. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, that's over with, bro. I end up getting a job at McDonald's my 10th grade year. Around this time, I was with my baby mama and I got her pregnant. So I had to get a job. I ended up getting a job at McDonald's. Now, when I get the job at McDonald's, I'm not knowing who worked at this place. Because when I first went there, it was in the morning time, you know, sign my papers and whatever, you feel me, talk to them. She let me know what I was going to do. When I worked at McDonald's, I was about 16, about to be 17 years old. Or maybe, yeah, somewhere in that range. Okay? Or maybe I was already 17. I don't know. Anyways, she knew I was a people person and I could talk. So she put me as cashier in the front and cashier in the back. Right? And sometimes I would work the window, the second window when you come through and get your food. So I'm like, all right, bet. That's where you want me at, bet. I could do that. When I get off in there, I'm noticing that damn near everybody who go to Southwood work on this night shift. because I had to work night shift. You know, as soon as I got out of school, boom, I go right to work till about like 10, 11 o'clock at night. So I'm in that bed, I'm seeing a whole bunch of people. Now, mind you, face card is everything, right? A lot of those people had already known me because my mama had beat me up in front of the school when I had tried to go see my little you feel me? And my brother had snitched me out. Hey, if y'all want to hear that story there, bro, it's down below in the other stories. I got that story. It's part 1 and part 2. I can't remember exactly. Oh, the story is how I finessed my way into a whooping. How I finessed my way into ass whooping. Part 1 and part 2. That'll give you the whole breakdown of that right there. So, a lot of people knew me for, that kid, boy, his mama had beat him up 9th grade year. But they was like upperclassmen though, you feel me? It was a running joke, but at the same time, people knew me because of that and because I was good at football. Played wide receiver. Really didn't like playing safety. I'd rather you hit me and me try to run you over than me hit you. I wasn't no Sean Taylor or nothing, you feel me? I like playing wide receiver. So people knew who I was. And plus, I was probably like the only 9th grader with a full beard. Okay? And going into 10th grade, but you know, the upperclassmen, they already got that. So I'm looking like them, you feel me? I'm like, oh, that's that boy Key. Yeah. So as I'm getting acquainted with everybody, you feel me, I'm starting to get real cool with the upperclassmen. Next thing I know, my homegirl in there working. I'm like, what you doing here? She said, shit, same thing you doing. Trying to get that bag. I'm like, I feel that. Me and her start connecting on a way deeper level because now we work with each other, you feel me? Now, mind you, I'm still my baby mama, you feel me? Like I say, everything after this point, I don't condone in it. But I was young, dumb, and full of you know what. So my mind was just racing, you feel me? Plus, my BM, she had got expelled from the school. That's another story for another day. And that right there was almost bad. Real dumb driving on your part, bud. Anyway, so me and her started talking. We started getting real close, right? One night, she was looking good. I don't know what was going on with me. I was just like a little horn dog, you feel me? I don't know what was going on with me, but she was looking real good, right? So I'm kind of like being all up on her, you feel me? Like she let me grab on her and whatnot. And in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, she want this. And she about to get it, right? That ain't really what happened. And this was a real life moment right here. As I'm grabbing all up on my man, like, what's happening with you and me? You feel me? Like, let's go into the cooler, the walk-in cooler, and let's go ahead and handle that. And she turned around, right? And she was like, Key, look, boy, I've been on you ever since elementary. I look at you more like a brother than anything. She was like, I ain't really trying to go that route with you. Because then I'm going to look at you differently, and I'd rather just have the relationship like I'm your brother, you my brother, I'm your sister. So I'm standing there looking at her. I'm like, you know what? I can't knock you for that. All right. She was like, ain't you still with your baby mama? I was like, man, I'm not trying to talk about that right now, you feel me? She was like, understood. She was like, well, look, remember that plan we had came up with, or you had brought up to me 9th grade year? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, we can make that happen. I was like, okay. She was like, because it's a couple dudes that you play football with that I really want to mess with, and it's a couple dudes that I seen that you be talking to that I really want to holler at. I'm like, okay, bet. Well, who it is? So she running it down to me like who she like. I'm like, okay, bet that. I'm like, well, look, you know what I'm saying? Let me holler at some of your homegirls, like put me on. She was like, about that, I already got a couple girls lined up for you because they already been talking about you. Really? Yeah. I was like, huh? She was like, you remember that one time we was in class and you, your cousin Pip, we had this whole debate of who meat bigger? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, and y'all showed me the picture. I was like, oh yeah, I remember me and him had showed you the picture. Me and my cousin had showed her, you know when you back in the day, bro, you had that picture in that phone, you feel me? Like every dude had a picture in his phone hanging. So I'm like, yeah. And she was like, well, even though I look at you as a brother. I like what I seen. I was like, okay. And she was like, and I was telling some girls about it too. I like, for real? She was like, yeah. She was like, I was already thinking about trying to holler at you, see if I can get some of your homeboys. And, you know, I was telling some girls about you. And I was like, okay, good looking out. So she give me a rundown of the females who want to holler. I'm like, bet that. So the plan started to go into play. I send dudes her way. She sent females my way. And everything was working like clockwork. I didn't have to do no work like whatsoever. You feel me? Like, it was the easiest shit in life. All I had to do was go holler at my homegirl like, hey, you know who that is over there? Yeah, I got science with her. Or whatever I got. What? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, look. Man, go handle that for me. I'm gonna be sitting right here waiting on it. Okay, I got you. Bet, boom. She handled it, and she bring them right to me. And I'm like, damn, that crazy for like how that shit really working like that. Like, you feel me? So I'm doing the same thing. Say, you know my homegirl? Yeah. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? She digging you, fool. She wanna come holler at you, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I'm just trying to see if you good. Yeah, man, yeah, tell her come over here, bro. Yeah. You already know dudes ain't denying nothing. So I'm like, all right, bet that. Boom, hey, it's ready. It is? Yeah, go ahead. It just came out the oven. It just got done getting baked. Okay, yeah, appreciate that. Bet. So we ran that for a while. Like, me and that girl ran that scheme for a while, right? And in my mind, that was probably one of the greatest schemes that I had. I'm not gonna say ever had, because you know when Keith was born, it was a wrap. But that was a good one, because a lot of dudes think just because they smooth talkers or this, that, and the third, you could just get what you want. But it don't be working like that sometimes. You'll make a fool out of yourself. I done made a fool out of myself a couple times. You know? Right in front of my homeboys. This is a commercial break real quick. I'm finna drop another little quick story on y'all, and I'll get back to this one. One day, me, my cousin Pip, and our homeboy Slim, we all chilling. Now, this was after school, right? Slim was like, hey, Pip, man, go get on that right there. Go get on that, right? He think he point guard. He think he operating some shit, right? And at the time, you know, I ain't ashamed to say the shit. I looked up to him. You feel me? He was a little older than I was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't look up to him because he was a street dude. I looked up to him because I've been knowing the dude since 6th grade. He was always, you know, I'm not going to say a good role model, but he was a role model. So it was like the shit he was doing, I wanted to do besides the being a dope boy street nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to do that. That wasn't me. That wasn't Key. You feel me? I was just fucking with him because of the influence he had. You know, he had a real big influence. So he telling Pip like, man, go holler at that right there. Pip like, man, I ain't got time for that. I like, what? I like, hold on, I got it, Slim. So I went right up to her. Say, you know what I'm saying? I got to talking to her and I got a number. I think at this time we was probably like 10th grade, and she was a senior. So I'm like, damn, I got her. I'm like, bet, boop, got the number. So we go inside the little corridor, and for everybody who done went to Southwood, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about when I say you go inside the building room, and then you bust that right like you about to go to the auditorium, the gym, and the cafeteria, and those little bricks that drop in, it's a square. We was right there. Sitting down. Now everybody know, after school, that's when things really go down. Because you know, like, football practice going on, basketball, baseball, softball, a lot of kids still at the school, and administration is leaving, except like the security and shit, but ain't nobody worried about them, you feel me? So we sitting down, we just chopping it up, talking and whatnot, because they had like some barbecue that they was cooking, and we was gonna eat. We was all gonna get us a plate. We was gonna eat the barbecue, and I forgot why we stayed after school. I think it was like some type of event going on that we wanted to, you know what I'm saying, see. So another little bad one came through, right? And she came through, and I was like, hold up, I got another one on the line. When I went over there to talk to her, she immediately shut me down quick as hell. And I was like, damn, okay. And I turned back around. And my boys, they laughing. Cause I mean, I was laughing too because it was funny, you feel me? Like I wasn't tripping that she had dissed me or whatever. Cause I had just got another one number just not too long ago. So I wasn't tripping off you dissing me, you feel me? I was like, damn, that cold. We started laughing about it, you feel me? So that's what I mean by when I say don't think just cause you think you look good and you got good hair and you got different eye color and shit. You feel me? You a little smooth talk. Don't think you can't get rejected. Alright? This right here was me playing chess, not checkers, with my homegirl. Because I knew the easiest way to get to a female or a woman is through their homegirl. Because if their homegirl validates you, everything else is sweet as cake. I'm just keeping it a bean, dog. This is just what I went through and what I witnessed, right? So, as time started to go on, things somewhat started to slow down. I had 2 kids by this time. I had gained a little weight. And people, man, when I had gained that weight, boy, people were like, damn, boy, you look good, boy. Like, because I was always a skinny, cut-up dude. But when I had put that daddy weight on, face got a little fatter. I went from wearing like 175 to 190, you feel me? And people were really digging it, but my mindset had changed because obviously I had kids. You know, I mean, I was still on my little, you know, horn dog shit, but at the same time, I had chilled out all the weight. And my homegirl, she was like, damn, I see you, bitch, you know what I'm saying? You like, slow it down a little bit, you feel me? And, you know, walk up in the third. I like, yeah. She was like, let me know whenever you want to come out of retirement. I got some things lined up for you. I was like, that's a bet. So around this time, I had introduced her to a dude she ended up having babies with later on in life. And, you know, like, I seen it kind of coming because I seen both of them peeping each other. And when I had locked them in, you could tell the connection that they had was real genuine and strong. So, I'm like, man, that's a bet, bro. That's a bet. One day, he come in telling me how, like, this is why I told y'all can't be sitting up here telling everybody business. He was like, hey, boy, I ain't gonna lie, boy, she a freak. I was like, for real? He like, man, she a freak, bro. He was like, I ain't never had nobody like her, though. I was like, okay, that was up, boy, that was up. You gonna have to give me my flowers, you feel me? Because I put you on that. So he started laughing and whatnot, you feel me? And he was showing me some things. I ain't gonna say what he was showing me. He was showing me some things, right? And I was like, damn. She do like you feel me? So I'm like, man, you know what? I think I'm about to come out of retirement. Like a hoe, you feel me? Like I said, I don't condone and none of this. But this is what I had to go through in life. Also, too, this should let y'all know if y'all keep up with the stories, bruh. These be the reasons right here that I had got cheated on. The way I got cheated on in a bad way. Because I was doing everything first. It all started when I was in high school. Like, and then it translated to when, you know, I started going out of town. Am I ashamed of it? Hell no. Do I regret it? Hell no. It was just a learning process, you feel me? Everybody got to live and learn or you going to crash and burn, you feel me? It's just the way it is, man. If you don't never learn nothing, bro, you can't never teach it. And I be trying to tell y'all that. Right? So I'm like, man, I'm ready to come out of retirement. So I hit homegirl up. Man, oh, what See, man, I already knew it. Bet, I got you something. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Ooh. Sent the little white girl my way. Now, the little white girl was the truth. Right? She was the truth. She was real, like, open with hers. You feel me? So I'm like, man, they look the truth, bro. So, as planned, she was my little yeah. But, I was like, man, I ain't never looked at myself like no pimp. I ain't never looked at myself like no player. I just looked at myself like I was key. Like, once you gave me the opportunity to pull you in, it was a wrap. It was a wrap, right? So, that my little yeah, she do the guap for me, and she gonna bust it open, right? So, one day, I'm cooling, and we had this foreign exchange program at Southwood. For anybody who listen to this, y'all know I ain't lying. It was 3 girls that had came through. One was from Germany, one was from Norway, and one was from Switzerland. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's where they was from. I know old girl from Germany and or Switzerland for sure, right? Now one girl, she was real thick, and I'm talking about like she was like a slim thick, right? Slim thick, probably like came to my like chest area, blonde hair, green or blue eyes, real pretty, had this accent out this world. It was this other girl, real tall. I'm talking about she was tall as hell, skinny frame, but she had a little something on her, right? Brown hair, and she was real pretty. Then the last one was from Russia. Okay, she was from Russia. She was skinny too. She was a slim thick too, but she was way skinnier than no girl from Germany. Real short, bad. Now I'm telling my homegirl, like, hey, I be seeing you talking to the foreign exchange student. You be on it. She was like, yeah, but I wasn't talking to them for you, though. They cool people, right? They all white. So she was like, they cool people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, yeah? She was like, yeah. She was like, why, you want to holler at one? I was like, man, send all three over here, bro. She was like, all three? I'm like, yes. She was like, I don't know about that one. I'm like, bro, send all three. So she's like, all right. Now, for anybody who know me, you know I ain't lying. I ain't gotta lie about nothing, bro. Everything I'm saying is facts. This motherfucker is documented. I ain't gotta lie about shit. I used to have my homegirl who used to hook me up with the girls right next to me at all times. I'm talking about back pocket type shit. You feel me? And I would have her sit down with me, and then I would have the girls that I would like sitting around me. Now for the girls who was like, bench players, you sat around or you stood up. For the girls I really wanted, you on the lap. You sitting down on the lap. And these are just facts. I'm documented, right? So she bring them over there. And in my mind, I'm like, man, I really want old girl from Germany, right? But for some reason, they ain't down with the program all the way. Now, mind you, these are new girls. They just not coming to the United States and shit. They don't really know how we rocking over here, you feel me? And I was very, very, very persistent in what I did. So I'm like, okay, I see this ain't working, but they was still fucking with the kid. They still come kick it, right? They still went to the concessions for me, got me whatever I needed, came back, you feel me? I broke them off too, made sure they ate. We was good. So now old girl from Germany, I had classes with her, right? And me and her, we just always chopping it up. She always smiling in my face, this, that, and the third. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, she really do want me. I just got to figure out how to really reel it in. So this is what I do. As we sitting down, we chopping it up, we talking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting to know her a little bit better. Something that I ain't really like to do. Because in my mind, I'm like, if my homegirl already told you to come over here, I ain't really got to get to know you. I just got to, finesse my way into getting what I want to get. But I started investing a little bit of time into the German girl because I'm like, she bad, she German. Ain't nobody over here like this, bro. Like, you gotta bag her. You gotta, no, I'm tripping. That was the Russian girl. It was the Russian girl. The one I said that was, probably like to my chest area. Right? The Russian girl, not the German, because the German one, she was the real skinny, small one. So I'm like, all right, bet. So as we talking and whatnot, I'm starting to get to know her, right? And you already know what come next with it. Little nicknames, right? So she was like, so what do they call you? I was like, everybody call me Keith. But she want to call me by my real name. So I'm like, man, you could really just call me Keith, you feel me? Like, she was like, so what you gonna call me? Wait a minute. Something right. You asking me what I'm gonna call you? You asking me about giving you a nickname? So, around this point in time when we was talking, she had dyed her hair. And it was like a reddish orange color, right? And we was talking. She's like, yeah, so what you gonna call me? And I'm looking at her, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, man, I might call you Carrot. she was like, carrot. I was like, yeah. She was like, why carrot? And I was like, first of all, I like carrot and ranch. And she started looking at me. She started laughing. She was like, that's kind of cute. She was like, you know, crazy thing is, there's a lot of guys who be trying to talk to me. And they try to give me like little nicknames like Pookie Bear and this, that, and the third. But I ain't never heard carrot. I was like, yeah, because, you know, you just dyed your hair reddish orange kind of. I was like, I'm kind of digging it, you know. Plus, and I was like, plus, you know, you white and whatnot. And I like my carrots and ranch. So I'm going to just call you carrot. So she started laughing hard, right? And she was like, I like that. We'll stick with carrot. I'm like, bet. So as time started to go on, that little carrot, you feel me? But I'm starting to realize real quick that carrot wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't really feeling the kid like she was. Now, don't get me wrong. Me and her were real cool, right? And sometimes you got to realize what's going on before you mess something up. So I'm realizing now that she putting me in the friend zone. And also, my fault, carrot like white boys. That blew me. I'm like, what? You like what? But what I do though, I pulled the same move that I had pulled my homegirl on carrot. Now I got my homegirl and I got carrot doing what I want them to do. Not in that way. I'm saying like as far as when it comes down to females. And I basically campaign the same thing I campaigned to carrot with my homegirl. I'm like, look, you be hanging around these little females and whatnot, you feel me? It's some dudes I know you be eyeing. You're like, yeah. I was like, look, I could put you in the door, you know what I'm saying, with a couple dudes you want to holler at, whatever, you know, and you put me down on some of your females. She was like, okay, that sounds easy enough. Bet. I'm talking about I'm in there. What was the old saying, bro? I'm in there like swimwear. What is he talking about? So we all start to do what we do. I'm sending dudes carrot way. Okay? She's sending me females my way. I'm sending dudes my homegirl way still. She's sending me females my way. And that went on all the way up until my 12th grade year. And that's another story for another day. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest scheme, or one of the biggest schemes that I ever had and pulled through with, is when Mr. Key, had my homegirls put me in the door with their homegirls. And it was the easiest thing to do in life. All I had to do was play chess, not checkers. Talk a little bit to get my point across, and then proceed to move into action. Those were some of the funniest times that I ever had. Some of the funniest times I ever had. The foreign exchange students end up going back to their hometowns or their home countries. I want to say my homegirl ended up having a baby. She might have another one, I don't know. And of course, y'all know I ended up having 3 kids. Like I said, I don't condone in what I did. Because, you know, I would never sit up here and tell somebody, if you with somebody, man, go have fun, go cheat on them, go do this, go do that. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one hurting, not her. Because when she find out, or when he find out you doing what you doing, I promise you, your ass going to be crying, K. Michelle. I'm just keeping it a bean. But look, man, we don't ask for 3 things, man. Guidance, knowledge, and wisdom. And if it ain't that, man, I already know what time it is with me over here, man. Till next time. Whoa, now.